Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Today, I was in charge to take you around this village. Even if I said that, it's only a small territory, so uh the tour will end right away. This is Cornwall. Back then, um, we we reused the town it had back then, is what they said. Apparently, 200 years ago, the citizens of Cornwall or whatnot was no, after the citizens of Cornwall that were the fairies. After they were defeated by the fairy knights, they were um with the landlords is well with the mayor's curse. They made it so anybody who enters the forest will lose their memories. The mist started to form. This place ever since then has been completely abandoned. Even after that, even the queen herself would not put her hands on the forest, and we have been labeled one of the most dangerous locations in all Britain. No, nobody should chase us here. This place is a remote area of sort now that the forest is in the way. Um and then you got two question and says, what do you mean by remote place? Is it like for criminals? Yeah, it's like what were your guys' crime, or who are the fairy knights? Um, you guys, you guys are very good at joking, huh? You know, fairy knights are fairy knights. Those guys. Well, this place essentially is a territory where all the fairies that are hated or cast aside, those people gather around here. After their job was done or their value was lowered, friends gone, or objective no longer seen in sight. These are small group of fairies that are just waiting for their life to diminish out of nowhere. But everybody here is a very kind folks. They rather, instead of competing, they're fairies that enjoy helping each other out. But unfortunately, you can't live like that under the rule of the Queen of Britannia. Queen of Britain. The friends would laugh at you or ignore you, or they'll steal, and they prefer dying before they prefer dying before even trying to do any of those to their fellow comrades. I think people are here in order to end everything and ignore their suffering. That's Oh, Amia. Yesterday was quite the fest, huh? He says, "I like you, buddy. You eat food like you eat food like your life depends on it. You got some good, you got some good stomach. I brought more this time, so you better be prepared." Good morning, Hamia. It seems that your voice always have a life. Something vital. Interestingly, keeping people's spirit up. Just like the spring winds. How about we start? Yeah, why don't we read things out loud together? It's been a while, but I'm ready to read. 久しぶりに縦ごと Says, yeah. Why don't we read some sutra? I'm feeling ecstatic with you around. Amia, whenever your shirt gets ripped or broken, come talk to me. Just a little. I've got some leftover fabric of noriji. If there's any clothes you want to wear, I got you covered. looks at Protag and feels like he's being treated special. Hamia, seems like you're a popular person. You know, I'm on this almost the same boat as you, too. But I guess it's the quality of a person. Well, then again, I'm nothing special after all. Are you sure about that? I think Miss Mash, you look wonderful. I believe Mr. Hamia is quite refreshing and has an air to him that whenever he's around, if the air around him gets exciting or nostalgically familiar. But Miss Mash, you bring about warmth and comfortability. Bright, I should say. You let out an atmosphere of a peaceful day. Something that I also feel nostalgic. Yes. What can I hide? Of course. My best attribute is me being the brightest thing in the world. No matter what, I can still smile with a whole bright... I can still smile with a good bright fright. Give me a second here. Still waking my ass up. Bright smile on my face. That's all I got after all. Thank you very much for your compliment. I agree. Smiles is the best thing to have after all. But with that said, let's go check around the town. Or village. As long as you guys know the territory line limits, until the day ends completely, you won't disappear. Well, and that concludes the territorial line within our village. Do you have any other questions? Well, we've heard that the village, right? We heard that this village is encircled by the Forest of No Names, or the Nameless Forest. But is the surrounding mist that deep? Why hasn't it seeped into this village? And, if this was a town beforehand, is there like a antiquated, rusted roadway for us to go back to if there's any if this was a town before, is there any rusted, antiquated road still existing to get back on the main road? Well, as long as you don't go too deep in the forest, the mist and the fog is not that bad, but it's just that you're going to lose sight on everything and the mist will confuse you. So by now, the dirt roads are probably filled with trees or plants to cover it up. So I don't know about... Oh, I see. So in order for us to... if we ever want to get out of the forest, we need some sort of a specific circumstances occurring in order to leave. I see. Do you guys want to leave this forest? No, of course not. It's just a hypothetical situation if we needed to. Isn't that right, Hamia? Because you guys came to the Nameless Forest all by yourselves. I guess that's the case, but I can't remember anything. I see. But I can kind of understand where you're going. Because everyone, yeah, you two, your group felt a little bit off, unlike the fairies that came aboard in the past. So maybe you guys probably wandered in on accident, unlike us. But if you ever need anything, do let us know. I can only do things like take you around the village, but I'll do my very best not to get yelled at everybody, and I'll do my best to support your effort. Well, we figured out a perimeter line of this village. It says now that now that the fairies are all gone, let's do this, Hamia. Huh? What? Do what? Come on. Don't Have you forgotten? Now. You know what happens. Oh yeah, you know what happens in situations like this, right? It's going to be it's going to be test of strength, of course. Since we only know our names, since we only know ourselves by name, we need to figure out how strong we are. And we need to know how strong we are. We need to figure out what is our expertise and our strategy. So let's get out of the forest a little bit and swing it a try. Magic is strength after all, and everything is worth trying out. I'm sorry I can't do anything. No. I'm so sorry too that I kind of put you on the spot. You have no combat situation needed, meaning that there's no need for you to fight. I think I see on that. So you're practically useless in combat. Are you perhaps a are you perhaps some important figure, some big head that perhaps are you perhaps some sort of a top brass major from the city up top? Did I do something? Did I do something very life-threatening to you? So it's essentially Castoria is just like scared out of her mind. She's like, oh my god, are you like you don't know how to fight? Does that mean are you a prince or candidate to be the next head of something important? Did I do something very rude and immature that almost would cost my life? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm just very inconsiderate. I'll do my very best tomorrow. Just please forget that this ever just happened. Just don't. I should be the one that's saying sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry that I can't fight. I apologize. Says Hamia, don't worry about it. For me, I actually understand why you cannot. I don't know exactly the reason why, but I believe you're perfectly fine the way you are. It says, yesterday, I was very, I was afraid of what the fairies could do yesterday, that I was totally forgotten of what other things could happen. But now that I've realized and spent a night, I've understand that they're not that threatening. The fact that as a commander, for someone who would support us in the back line. I believe you're like a coach in a football, for sort, and it's kind of relaxing. Relaxing. And I can also understand that as long as you are still standing in the very end, I believe everything will work out perfectly fine. It's a gut feeling, of course. Thanks. Thanks, I love Isolde. My name is Toristoram Amiya. That's right, we're all hated. Yep. We can't even pay our quote-unquote taxes on existent fee, you know? We got cast off of the Queen's little rule because of it. We joined in the forest, and next thing we know, we forgot what are we gonna do and what we want. But we're not afraid. Now that we've separated from the town, in the end, people in this village are all the same. We already know that the calamity is coming. We already know that the proper end is near. We can only survive for so long, but until then we'll live as we see fit. It says, we're just an old fairies. 6 family tribe just wanting to party and live our lives. Queen is scary. We hate the moss. We hate moths. And above all else, we're afraid of ourselves in particular. It says, oh my goodness. They started singing out and chanting. It says, I'm so full. It's quite intriguing. A very unique tempo of one another. But mystery and their very upbringing is coming about in each of their songs. This must be a song of their sort. But then again, they're very harmonized and they're very used to singing. Well, of course, when it comes to fairies, going around and making a circle around the campfire or creating the circle rings to kind of dance together is their forte. That's how they always do when it comes to festive. That's their must-dos to have fun. When that comes into play, it doesn't matter what kind of tribe or your other legions or whatnot. There's no pride in between them. Well, as long as they're not that drunk, that is, of course. Because there are a couple of people that do exist around that a fairy that gets really, really drunk. To be perfectly honest, they don't even need to drink alcohol. They kind of get drunk on the atmosphere. Something like that. It says, Hami, are you done eating? Come on, man. You just came in. There's no need to hold back. After all, if you're holding back, was your journey that hard? Because look, your right hand. It's a little different, but it's a little different from normal people's, but that is a command seal, right? Damn, they even put 3 on you, huh? Poor lad. But don't worry about it. Forget all about what's going on. After all, here, you don't need to feel strong, or you don't need to feel or act like you're the strongest thing in the planet. You've done well up till now, my friend. You're so thin. You're so thin Yeah, you've done well to get this far. What? Says, why am I crying? Why am my tears stopping? Nah, don't cry about it, you idiot. But no. But rest until you feel good about it. After you've got bored, or once you stop crying, help out the village just a little bit. He says that Mr. Fairy was very kind and hospitable for him. But a command seal. Command seal. I almost can figure out what exactly is going on, but I still have doubts and wondering what's going on. All right, everybody. It's that time again. Gather around and listen up. The festival, our party, ends tonight. Right here, right now. I'm not drunk. Please understand that I am not drunk. And with that said, understand that we are on schedule. So please go back to your beds. Before the beast's active time, we must stay in our rooms so we do not get hurt. It's not gonna be our fault if you get eaten alive, alright, Mom? Mamu, Sanaya, Dan Bartang. The tribe of wind should go back to sleep faster than anybody else. As the most beautiful tribe, we must keep our composure and our and our appearances to the utmost best. Even when you're drunk, you're always busting out your pride out, huh? Haro baromia. Oh well. Whatever. Guys, we're going back home. He is, after all, right to a certain degree. We'll prepare the fest for tomorrow. Alright, see you tomorrow, Hamia. We'll take you to our working ground tomorrow. We'll take you to our exercising ground tomorrow. So you better get ready. It's pretty fun, this ball play we have. It seems that our festival tonight has ended. It almost seems like it should have continued until tomorrow, but yes. Now that we're completely enveloped and welcomed by the entire community, it does feel quite relaxing and exciting to see what comes next. It says, you say that, but that arrow or bow of yours, a bow-looking tool you have in your hand, you never let it go for a mere moment. Yes. I believe it's a natural instinct, or I believe it's just my body, muscle memory. I almost feel like when even I was asleep, back the time when I remember, I had this bow constantly upon my chest. For instance, like 24 hours. Constantly making the noise of the sound of such instrument, just like reading the winds. I might have been a very studious person when I remember myself. But one day, or somehow, this bad habit of ours will fall off suit, maybe. After all, there's no need to fight. There's no need to fight in this town. So, Mash and Hamia, let us get back to our tents for the night as well. He says, hey, you over there. We got tomorrow too. Make sure you clean up and put things where it belong. Okay. I'll do the cleanup for everyone else, correct? What the hell do you think? Yeah, what else do you think there is, idiot? Why can't you do anything without telling us? Yeah, telling you what needs to be done, huh? I'm sorry. I'll do my best. I'm so sorry. So I'll do my best. Wait, that voice just now. Is that? Yes. No, Amiya. We should definitely get back to our tents. We are outsider in all this. I believe before we can intervene on this situation, it would be wise if we take the situation a little bit. It would be better if we know more about the situation first. After all, you don't want to be complained or yelled at by somebody you don't know, right? It says you gotta understand. The ferry, the town of this ferry, or the village of the ferry here, the citizens might be very peaceful, but the circumstances and the rules of the land is different. So, you have to understand, since we're outsiders, if we cause any troubles and get in bought their anger, we have nowhere to escape. So, let's take everything slow and one step at a time. Do you understand? Yeah, but I'm going back. Yes. If you understand, then let's go. Wait, you're not getting what I'm trying to say, are you? Please don't run all of a sudden like that. But fine. And but I guess it cannot be helped. Then, if this is gonna happen, I will follow suit as well. Let's go cause some troubles. To be perfectly honest, I'm not very good at sort of things like what you're about to do, but it's a boat that I'm riding on after all. Leave it. I'll follow your lead. Wait. Huh? Huh? There's nobody in the hall. Oh yeah, there's nobody in the gathering hall. Oh. Oh. Hmm. It seems that I feel like somebody was being forced to do the after cleanup, but there's still leftovers that are not being cleaned up. Did we hear that wrong? It seems it seems we heard it. Yeah, it seems that be the case. I was kind of wondering what would happen, but if nothing does happen, I'm glad to be so. Well, let us go back to the tent. Let us go back to the tent this time for certain. Apparently, this village is dangerous at night. Oh, I wonder what happened. Did somebody go missing? Good morning, Hamya. Did you sleep? What? No, I understand. 心の底からの幸いにならないというか, there's something, there's something too that is pondering my chest as well. Something that's very bad feeling of sort. Hamia. Hamia. Maybe the fact that I say Hamia, the ringing of this word doesn't fit you at all. It says, "Hey, you useless, you useless trash. You went, you ran, you didn't finish cleaning, you moron. You, went back on, you running away, not doing your duty, you useless trash." I believe that was a very loud, I believe that, shout was from the hallway. Hamia, would you like to check things out? Of course. Right away. Well, damn, look at that. It means that we can't have a festive or yeah, we can't have a festival or we can't have a grand party tonight. It says, come on, man. Why didn't you do your job? Do you hate Hamia that bad? That's not true. It's just that, I kind of forgot what I needed to do, and next thing you know, it became a morning, and you all are yelling at me. Hey, dog. Yeah, Doga. I think she's having that time again. I think she's at her limit. Yeah, you're right. It was my fault. Yeah, it was my fault for letting her, asking her to take care of things. Go away now. Yeah, all right, go away. Just disappear. You're definitely a hindrance. Don't get close to the town ever again. Thank you for forgiving me. Please call me again. Oh, Hamia. Yesterday was pretty fun, huh? Hey. That fairy girl. Yeah, that lady of a fairy. Did you make her... Did you ask only her to clean up the mess? Huh? What do you mean, that girl? Oh, that one over there? Hey, what's her name again? Like if I know. I wonder what it was. I've totally forgot. I think she said something when she got here. I think she was like a hoe or ooh. I know for a fact it was a stupid name. Ah. So that was the case too, huh? She had her name first time we met. Even her. Huh? Well, if you get lost to the mist and then you forget your name, you forget your name without even knowing. Well, that's the end right there. Hamia. Don't get too close to that thing, alright? You might get infected with the no-name disease. No name? Are you saying that she doesn't have a name? Is that why you're treating her like the way you are now? Huh? Wait, what? What do you mean? Like, no-name fairies have no value. After all, they're practically the same as people that shouldn't just, they don't exist. もういなくていいやつ. Yeah, those, so essentially, they're the types that shouldn't exist anymore because they're gonna disappear. That's right. It says, yeah, this town, this village has no place. Yeah, there's no place of this village anyway. And perfectly honest, that thing lives outside of the village, right, in the first place. It says, yeah, we ain't got no luxury for that thing to be coming into our territory and hiding it in. And besides, that thing is still alive to this day. It's kind of surprising. I don't know why, but every day that thing's wounded and its wound increasing little by little. Still have limbs. Surprisingly, maybe that thing is an ancient, It might be to a surprise that that thing might be a high-level fairy that's in the past. But look at how it. Oh yeah, look how they. Look how she looks now, though. Even the forest's beast has no concern or interested in a meat that has no name. Hey, stop talking. Cut the useless chatter and the insults. But anyway, Hamia, let's go. Didn't we tell you we're gonna have some afternoon football this time? We'll be waiting at the playground field or workout field. What should we do, Hamia? They are definitely going to the workout field like nothing has happened, but... Hey, Mash? Do you know what a nameless fairy is? Just as it sounds like. They're fairies that lost their title, their name. We have lost a lot of memories in the forest of no name, or the nameless forest. But for the fairies, there's a possibility that sometimes they would even forget their own name. But fairies are basically immortal existence. Unlike animals and humans, they don't have a lifespan of... they don't have a number of lifespan written or set in stone like the creatures I've told below. But ever since they were born, they have a purpose, objectives, goals, something that they are entranced, or something that they will cling until the very end, that they dream of. If they lose of their objective or goals, they would also lose the name of their fairies, and they would generally get weakened and cease to exist. I believe she's part of that genre of the nameless, and it seems that it's been some time since she's lost her name. Looking at her degradation, is this true that there's no house that people take? Yes, I believe so too. After all, fairies that lost their title, or fairies that lost their name, they would be hated and disgruntled and segregated by other fairies. Because after all, looking at the situation, those fairies would even be threatened or feel discomfort letting a nameless into the village. From the talks of it. Yes, I understand what you want to try to say, Hamia, but you can't say that out loud. After all, if you invite her to our tent, the other village of fairies will not keep quiet about it whatsoever. What we can do, however, is we could definitely check where she lives, and if there's any possessing danger, we should do our very best to eliminate the threat. We can't invite her to the safety of the village, but we could try to make her living quarters at least a safe place for her to not get any more degradation. If it's anything near what I suggested, I will help you out and come up with many ways. As expected of MASH, very reliable. I think that sounds really good. Good idea. You're grabbing my hand. What can I do for you? Yes. A handshake for trust and appreciation. Uh, um, Interesting. It's my first time learning such culture, but it sounds it's definitely a practice that makes you happy. I I think I like this, Hamia. That feels handshake. Handshake right off the bat. Easy. Racism in Lost Belt? Well, if you really think about it, there was always racism in every Lost Belt to a certain extent. It's just that now it's more thinner down the line. It's not humans. It's not humans to other beasts, right? It's more of segregation in the internal region. So just replace humanity with fairies and then put segregation. It says, oh my god, she's already being assaulted by the forest monsters. I've separated the beast and the girl. It says, yeah, with our names intact and while we are here, we will not let this beast get close to this girl ever again. Thank you very much. I'll take care of the rest. Hey, stop hurting her. Yeah, it's unfortunately, あえて痛みが強く残る印象を狙いました。It says, yeah, it might sound cruel of me, but I've hit them where it hurts. Very hurts. I've hit them where it hurts very much, so they won't cause any problems again. I believe that the beast should understand that this place is dangerous. I hope. And stop assaulting this place. Yes. A very wise decision, I believe. Mr. Toristoramu, are you perhaps a former soldier, I think? Like a hunter, perhaps? But anyway, your movements were quite wonderful. I believe whoever's the king that has you under control is a very, very cool person. That's, yes. I hope that would be the case as well. I hear a subtle sound of a harp. ポロロンで風が起きるとき、魔力が働いてないのはわけわからないけど。It says, yeah, whenever the wind comes in, I don't know why it's not working like magic, but we'll leave that aside. Maybe this person, maybe perhaps this person is a tribe of the wind, even though this person doesn't look like it had, they have a lot of magical energy. It says, I'm glad that we were able to help you. Are you all right? Oh yeah, look, she's more torn now here. She's more torn than ever before. What? Perhaps was that for me? Yes. Mr. Hamia would not shut up about helping you, so we came here to check up on you. It says, yeah, we were able to get rid of the monsters that was assaulting you. Are you okay? Yes. It's an everyday thing, so it's okay. I'm used to it. But what can I do for you? I've already done my job and took you around the village and all. It says, no, nothing serious, really. God, I'm an idiot. I didn't think of anything else to... I didn't think about anything after this. We're just here to say thank you for your yesterday's Yeah, we're here to say thank you for your yesterday's tour. Because you were very kind to teach, because you were very kind to show us around the village, we wanted to give you, in return, a very safe haven for you by getting rid of the beast in your home. um, thank you. Thank you for that. So I was be able of use, huh? It's been a while since I heard that. I'm quite happy. Yes, I should give you a blessing as a return. A blessing of good luck. A blessing of um um I'm sorry. I I don't know how to use blessings. It seems that I forgot. And I don't have a place to give you home or return anything to you. Sorry, I have nothing. Okay, we've already got our payment after all. Is that true? But I wonder what it is. Did I perhaps give you a flower? Yeah, did I perhaps given you a flower in the morning or something like that? Amiya, Toristaram. I will be putting a barrier around this place in order to make the monsters go away. It will take some time, so please return to the village so we won't get suspicious. Then if that's the case, I shall stay put as well. It's not like those monsters or any other monsters would follow and try to harm you or that fairy again. If you're going to put up a barrier, Hamiya and I can accompany you by protecting you. It says, please do not worry. Those monsters that we've fought before, I do not need your help to defeat them. I see. Are you okay with this, Hamiya? Well, if Mash says she's okay, I think so. And with that said, I'll see you on soon. Please make sure you have a please make sure you have a good relation with the other fairies. Okay, it's all done now. There's no monsters that will be coming close to this place anymore. Well, it's not a divine spell or something that lasts forever, so it's not gonna last long, but it should last for about a week or so. A week or two. So you can sleep, you can have a restful sleep every night. Well, magic. A mysterious strength. Even the queen would use such magic. You can use magic just like the queen, Miss Mash. Is that what the current trend is outside of this place? I don't know if it's called a trend or anything. I'm only just started in halfway as an amateur. Well, I guess I ran away because I didn't want to do it in the first place, so. Even if somebody were to tell me that with this magic, I could save Britain. Saying things like that is quite impossible. Miss Mash? I'm sorry. Did I hear something that I shouldn't have? No. Sorry, that was my bad habit. The reason why I felt down was not your fault, so please don't worry. And besides, shouldn't you get out of that village for your own good? I know those fairies aren't really bad people, but that village isn't suited for you. Yeah. Salisbury, well, I guess that would not be a good place, especially for a tribe of wind having their wings hurt. What about knowledge? Yeah, what about knowledge? I heard that over there, both fairies and humans do work together or collide, or coexisting somehow, some way. Maybe perhaps even you can find your new objective there. Maybe a person that will agree with you. A human that would agree with you. Thank you for your consideration, but I like it here. Because even if I found my objective, I have no more names. I no longer have a name to go by. So maybe I just got too tired. Because no matter what I do, no matter what they do to me, I can't produce any result. And maybe I fell into despair. And despair to the point that I've forgotten something, the most important thing of them all. That I've forgotten my true name. Or my name. So, it's okay for me to be here. Because after all, nobody would be mad at me. Or nobody would be nobody would be angry at my old self. And nobody would want my old self to come back. A failure. A trash heap. A nobody that couldn't even fulfill its objective. Even if I were to waste this year, no matter what kind of fairy that they label me as, nobody would blame me. Ah. But I do have to say, if I'm sad, yes, I am. It's not because I'm being outcasted by all the villager friends, but it's that I've completely forgotten my precious objective. The fact that I can't remember my true name. That my real name can't be remembered no matter how much I try. I see. So having no name hurts that badly. For fairies, huh? And how about this? It's just a thought process, and you can just cast it aside, but how about I give you a name? Thank you very much, Miss Mash. I've never felt so happy in my life. I think this is the first time. Surely you jest. You're making me blush. I think you're saying too much. Well, yes. If that's the case, I'm happy for you too. But we'll keep this our little secret, okay? We can't let the other people in the village know. If they do, they'll get mad at us. こんな捨てられた村でも権利はあるんだ。コーンウォールにお菓子の練習を作らないでって。So it says, yeah, we don't want, yeah, we don't want power or the right in this thrown away village. Don't start creating weird trends in Cornwall. They'll probably start yelling things like that. Yep. I believe Mr. Harobaromiya and Ora-sama could definitely say things like that for sure. After all, they're still admiring the high tier existence of elegancy, you know, even if they forgot them themselves. But I do like Mr. Habaromiya. Mr. Habaromiya of how he maintains himself too. I do too. He sounds very bossy, but he's definitely worrying about this village more than anybody else for sure. Even though he wants to look the very best. Well, it seems that we've talked a little longer than expected. I have to get back to the village before they feel any suspicion. But don't worry. I'll come back tomorrow. So please, rest up as much as you can. Yep, I will. Bye-bye, Mash. See you tomorrow, I hope. Tomorrow? What? It hurts. My right eye. It hurts so much. My eyes. Water are draining. Water is draining. What's going? Oh my god. The fuck? What is happening? Oh my god. Oh, is she tainted now? Monka S. I see. So I've turned darkened. So I'm no longer. Yeah. So it's my time. I just had something very good happen to me. Oh, is she running out of time? Man, that fucking blows. So she's dying, huh? Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man.